And when we have the filmmaker, an Autism Dad, on the phone with us via Skype, and it's Rich Everts. Rich, thank you for being willing to talk to us today, because you are literally, you had to pull over on the side of the road. Tell the folks who are listening and watching where it is you're on your way to.
I'm actually on my way to Burlington, Vermont, from around Philadelphia, so it's about an 8-hour drive. And I can feel the temperature dropping every mile that I drive.
I can't even imagine, because it's still that time of year there, where it can get cold all of a sudden and snow all of a sudden. And so what's happening in Burlington, Vermont tonight that you need to be there?
Well, actually, someone named Ann Barbarano, who runs a radio show out in Vermont, wanted me to come out and do a showing up in Merrill's Roxy Cinema, which is a historic cinema up in Vermont. And they arranged it, put it all together, and I told them I'd be there if they can put it together, and they did, and so here I am.
Well, that is awesome. So they just saw the trailer, but let's back up a little bit and talk about what inspired you to make this film.
Well, my son is on the autism spectrum. He's 14 now, and my wife and I have gone through this journey a lot together, trying to figure everything out along the way. And, with all of our experience, we run a foundation for autism as well. We knew that, there were multiple forms of autism. There's a lot of discord within the autism community going on, and we wanted to be able to bring people together. And my wife came up with the idea of, hey, let's do a film. And originally we were going to do a small documentary up in the Northeast. And then we actually got a lot of funding through the Pepsi Refresh Project contest, where we won about $50,000 to make the film. And that really spurred us to do a national movie.
Love it. And, so often we get things from people asking us to vote on the Pepsi Refresh, and we do, but it's very rare that somebody from the autism community wins.
Yes.
So kudos to you for getting it done, because it's hard. That's a hard thing to win, and we love that Pepsi gives to organizations and lets people vote. So a wonderful, wonderful thing. I'm thrilled that you won and that it really made a difference. What part of the country do you actually live in?
Well, I live in a place called Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which is home of the Amish and the Mennonites. It's about an hour and a half west of Philadelphia.
Okay. And you've got a list. If people go to your website, usofautism.com, have I got that right?
That's right.
And we've got it up on the screen, too. So if people go to your site, they can click on the tab that says screenings, and you've got an amazing number of screenings that are happening in the month of April, really all over the country. You must be something of a logistical wizard to have arranged all of this. Did you have some help to make this happen?
Yeah, of course we had some help. We work through a service called Tug, which is a brand new service around the country, and they help us book the theaters everywhere we go. I think we only have 3 or 4 theaters that were independent outside of that. And so, April's already booked up. We're starting to book up May. I wish I could tell your listeners that's the most up-to-date list, but we are literally adding cities every day.
Okay.
And I'm doing my best to keep it up to date. So.
Okay, but I'm going to just scroll through some of the dates here. You're in Burlington tonight. In 2 nights, you're in Albany at the Proctor's Theater in New York. It's actually Schenectady, and you've got that on your list here. On the 14th, you're in Minnesota. On the 18th in Florida, in Oldsmar, Florida. Then you go on the 18th, you're also in New Jersey. On the 18th in Salt Lake City at the same time, and in Schaumburg, Illinois. I've got friends there. We'll let them know. Springfield, Pennsylvania on the 18th. That's a big, big day for you. Then Evanston, Illinois on the 22nd. On the 23rd, you're in Champaign, Illinois, and you're here in Los Angeles. Then on the 24th, Epping, New Hampshire, and Concord, North Carolina, Gainesville, Georgia, 25th also in Huntington, New York, and Plano, Texas, and Santa Clara, California. And then the list goes on. So wherever you are in the world, I would encourage you to check out and see if you can get to a screening of this. But Rich, you also are encouraging people to partner with an autism organization and do a screening with you, correct?
Yeah, I mean, one of the great things that we're doing, we really believe that we should be putting money back into the local autism communities, especially when we do any kind of fundraising or anything. So we're giving 25% back of our net proceeds from every showing back into a local family, an organization, or even an individual there that could require our help. We worked with families. We worked with individuals who are trying to raise money for, a service dog for someone in the local community, to large organizations like National Autism Association or the Autism Society of America, who are doing things locally for their programs. We can donate some money there. And so if people make a request and they bring it to their city and they sell enough tickets, and we love to give some money back to people. So
well,
that's
I love that.
what we're doing.
And it's not unreasonable what you're asking, because you're only asking that they be able to sell 45 tickets, correct?
Well, it can vary from city to city. It depends. There's a lot of factors that play into it. I've seen it go from anywhere from the 45 in some cities up to 70 or 80. So somewhere in that range. Really,
still reasonable.
People who are committed to do it, we have not had a single showing not reach its threshold.
Okay, and here's what I'll say to you too. If you are watching and you have an organization that you want to do this with and partner with Rich to have a screening, we will announce it here on the show when you're doing it, so that and make a little clip for it so that you can put it on your website so that you can promote it as well, because that should happen. More people should see this film. And we should say you met with 20 different families in 40 days in the United States, and every different ethnic background. I mean, you really got a snapshot of autism in the United States. It's quite amazing.
Well, thank you. I mean, we really try to make that our effort, and there's a lot of diversity in the film, 5 first languages. You're going to see a lot of not every, but almost every ethnicity, race, religion. We really try to show that autism affects everyone out there. And just so your listeners are aware, I'm actually going to be at the LA showing on the 23rd doing the Q&A. I love to meet people. If anybody wants to come out to the LA showing, they can get their tickets now. And I would definitely love to meet as many people as I can there.
And I want to be there so badly. I was just saying to Rich before that it is the night of my son's choir concert. So I cannot be there. But, the good news about that is that we're going to arrange another showing. I'm going to hook you up with ACT today, and we'll get another showing out here in LA, because I want to come and I want to meet you. And we'll talk about whether we can get you in the studio then or on Tuesday. But Rich, I thank you. I know you got to get back on the road to get up to New Hampshire. No, Vermont. You're going to Vermont. They're so close. They're closely related.
It's all the same.
I'm from upstate New York, so I should know better.
Okay.
But anyway, thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for making this incredible film. And stay in touch with us, because let's get another showing going in LA.
Thank you so much for having me on the show, and I hope everybody has a great April.
Thank you so much. You take care and drive safe.
Will do.
Bye-bye. So that was Rich Everts on the line with us, an amazing autism dad who's getting it done out there in the car, driving to Burlington, Vermont tonight to that special showing. And if you want more information, it's usofautism.com.